Have you ever looked at an SUV and thought, there's no way it costs this much less? Because that's exactly the reaction the 2026 Jetour T2 creates. From a distance, it carries the bold confidence of far more expensive off-road icons. Yet once you get closer, you start noticing details that make you question everything you thought you knew about budget adventure SUVs. But here's the real surprise. This SUV isn't just trying to look tough. It claims to offer genuine off-road capability, premium technology, and everyday comfort in one package. The real question is, does it actually deliver, or is it simply another stylish SUV hiding behind aggressive design? Stay with me, because before this video ends, you'll know whether the Jetour T2 deserves the attention it's getting around the world. Welcome back to Car Matrix, where we explore the latest vehicles with honest reviews, real facts, and zero hype. If you're passionate about cars and want the truth behind every new release, you're in the right place. At first glance, the Jetour T2 immediately grabs your attention. Its boxy silhouette, upright stance, and squared-off proportions give it a confident personality that stands out in a parking lot full of rounded crossovers. It doesn't apologize for being bold. In fact, it seems to embrace that rugged image from every possible angle. And then there's this black exterior. Instead of relying on flashy colors or oversized chrome accents, the deep black finish gives the SUV a more premium and mysterious appearance. It almost changes the entire character of the vehicle. Under bright sunlight, it reflects confidence, while at night it looks even more intimidating. But don't let the styling fool you just yet, because in a few moments, we'll reveal whether this impressive appearance is supported by real engineering, or whether the design is doing most of the hard work. Walking around the front, the first thing you'll notice is the commanding face. The upright grille, muscular bumper, and distinctive LED lighting create an unmistakable road presence. It feels modern without looking futuristic, and rugged without becoming excessive. That's a difficult balance to achieve, yet the T2 manages it surprisingly well. Move to the side, and the proportions become even more interesting. The high ground clearance, large wheel arches, and nearly flat roofline aren't just visual tricks. They also support better practicality, improved visibility, and a more confident driving position. It's a design that suggests adventure before the engine is even started. Around the back, the story continues. The vertical rear profile, clean lighting design, and externally mounted storage-style element reinforce its off-road identity. Every angle feels intentional, giving the SUV a consistent personality instead of looking like several different ideas combined together. However, this is where things become truly interesting. A bold design is easy to create. Building an SUV that actually performs like it looks is much harder. And that's exactly where many manufacturers struggle. So, is the Jetour T2 different? In the next part, we'll step inside to discover whether the cabin feels as premium as the exterior suggests. We'll also uncover the technology, comfort features, and hidden details that most people never notice during a quick showroom visit. And after that, we'll finally answer the biggest question of all. Does its performance live up to its rugged appearance, or is the styling the best thing about it? The moment you open the door, the Jetour T2 starts telling a very different story. Many SUVs focus all their effort on creating a strong first impression outside, only to disappoint once you step into the cabin. But this is exactly where the T2 begins to challenge expectations. Before we explore what's inside, keep one question in your mind. Is this cabin truly worthy of being called luxury, or is it simply packed with large screens and flashy materials? The answer isn't as obvious as you might think. The first thing you notice is how upright and commanding the driving position feels. Thanks to the tall body and wide windshield, visibility is excellent in almost every direction. Whether you're navigating city traffic or looking ahead on a rough trail, that higher seating position gives the driver a real sense of confidence. Then your attention shifts to the dashboard. Instead of filling every inch with buttons, Jetour has gone for a cleaner and more modern layout. The large central touchscreen immediately becomes the centerpiece of the cabin, while the digital instrument display keeps important driving information directly in front of the driver. It feels contemporary without becoming overwhelming. But a modern cabin isn't just about screens. The real test is whether everything feels intuitive during daily use. Fortunately, the controls are placed where you naturally expect them to be, making the learning curve surprisingly short. You spend less time figuring out the vehicle and more time enjoying the drive. Another detail that deserves attention is the overall cabin atmosphere. The materials, textures, and design work together to create a space that feels more premium than many people would expect in this segment. While you can still find some harder plastics in less noticeable areas, the places you interact with most leave a positive impression. And that's important, because this SUV isn't trying to compete only with traditional budget crossovers. It's clearly aiming higher, hoping buyers will compare it with vehicles that cost significantly more. Move to the second row, and practicality becomes another strong point. The boxy shape isn't just for styling. It helps create generous headroom and a spacious feeling for passengers. Long journeys become more comfortable, and getting in or out is easier than many sleek-looking SUVs that sacrifice space for appearance. But here's something many reviews overlook. An adventure SUV isn't only judged by how comfortable it feels on smooth roads. It also has to remain practical when the trip becomes unpredictable. The T2 offers useful storage solutions throughout the cabin, giving drivers places to keep everyday items without creating unnecessary clutter. Of course, technology also plays a major role in the overall experience. Depending on the market and trim level, the T2 offers a suite of modern driver assistance and convenience features designed to make both highway driving and daily commuting easier. The focus isn't simply adding technology for the sake of numbers. It's about making the vehicle feel smarter and less stressful to live with every day. But none of these features matter if the SUV fails where it counts most, because a rugged design and a premium cabin can only take you so far. What really separates a true adventure SUV from an ordinary crossover is what happens after you press the accelerator. And this is where the Jetour T2 faces its biggest challenge. In the final part, we'll find out how the 2.0-liter turbocharged engine performs in the real world, whether its off-road capability matches its aggressive appearance, where it still falls short, and finally answer the question we've been building toward from the very beginning. Is the 2026 Jetour T2 genuinely one of the smartest luxury off-road SUVs in its class? Or is its bold design simply creating expectations that reality can't completely satisfy? The final verdict is coming up next. Now comes the moment that matters most. A bold design can grab attention. A premium-looking cabin can impress friends and family. But none of that means much if the driving experience fails to live up to the promise. So does the 2026 Jetour T2 actually perform like a serious adventure SUV? Under the hood, this version is powered by a 2.0-liter turbocharged gasoline engine paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. The power delivery feels smooth during normal driving, and when you need extra acceleration for overtaking or merging onto the highway, the engine responds with confidence rather than hesitation. But raw power isn't the whole story. What really makes the T2 interesting is how it balances everyday comfort with the ability to leave paved roads behind. The suspension is tuned to absorb bumps without making the SUV feel unstable, which means daily commuting remains comfortable while rougher terrain feels much less intimidating. And that's exactly where many SUVs struggle. Some are comfortable on the road but lose confidence the moment the pavement ends. Others are excellent off-road but become tiring during everyday driving. The Jetour T2 tries to find the middle ground, and for many buyers, that balance may be one of its biggest strengths. If your adventures include gravel roads, muddy trails, rocky paths, or weekend camping trips, the T2 feels far more capable than its price might suggest. Its elevated ground clearance and available four-wheel drive system in certain versions give drivers extra confidence when conditions become challenging. However, this is also where honesty matters. If you're planning extreme rock crawling or tackling the toughest off-road environments every weekend, this isn't a replacement for dedicated hardcore off-road machines. It was designed to be a versatile adventure SUV, not an extreme off-road specialist. Knowing that difference is important before making a buying decision. On normal roads, the steering feels predictable, visibility remains excellent, and the upright seating position reduces driver fatigue during longer journeys. Combined with the quiet cabin and modern technology, it creates an experience that feels relaxed rather than stressful. Of course, no vehicle is perfect. Some buyers may prefer a more refined transmission response at very low speeds, while others might wish for an even more premium interior finish in every corner of the cabin. And depending on your region, Certain features and equipment may vary between trim levels, so checking your local specifications before purchasing is always a smart idea. But when you step back and look at the complete package, the Jetour T2 makes a surprisingly strong case for itself. It doesn't rely on one standout feature. Instead, it combines rugged styling, modern technology, practical interior space, everyday comfort, and genuine adventure capability into a package that feels well thought out. And that brings us back to the question we asked at the very beginning. Is the Jetour T2 simply trying to look like an expensive off-road SUV? After looking at every angle, the answer is no. It certainly takes inspiration from the bold, boxy style that has become popular in the off-road world, but it also offers enough capability, comfort, and practicality to build its own identity. Rather than pretending to be something it isn't, the T2 focuses on delivering the features most adventure-minded drivers actually use every day. If you're searching for a stylish SUV that can handle city streets during the week and outdoor adventures on the weekend, the 2026 Jetour T2 deserves a serious place on your shortlist. It may not be the most extreme off-roader on the market, but for many buyers it offers something even more valuable: a balanced driving experience without demanding a premium luxury price. So, what do you think? Would you choose the Jetour T2 over its rivals? Or would you spend more money on a more established name? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this honest review and want more in-depth automotive content with real facts and zero hype, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Car Matrix, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next review. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.